I wanted to open my own store because that's something that I've always wanted to do. I've always had a passion to be my own boss. It's just kind of how I have been. I'm a Capricorn, so I'm stubborn, hard-headed, and I like to go by my rules. So it was always something I wanted to do. I remember like being 10 years old and going to boutiques with my mom, and I would always say, this is something I want to do. Like, I worked at boutiques in Miami, and I even told people who worked for me, who are now my customers, I was like, this is what I'm going to do, like, one day. In 2018, July, I quit my full-time corporate job because I was just miserable. I just felt myself like walking through life and not having like no emotions, not really like caring, not being excited. And I told my parents, I was like, I think it was like $6,000 on a credit card. I go, I'm starting. So yeah, so Aria Rose started out in my parents' guest bedroom. We used to have little in-person events at my house like once a month, and I started seeing like, wow, people shopping in person, it really brings us a lot of money and generates a lot of sales in that one day. So finally, my mom agreed to see it, and I started with that showroom. It was like 400 square feet. We moved to a bigger one about 6 months later, on our 1-year anniversary. And then in July, I told my parents I wanted to start seeing storefronts. And this one happened to open up like a week before. It had not even been shown to anybody. And yeah, and I signed on July 7th, which would have been my grandmother's birthday. And she was in fashion as well. So I wanted it to be a place where everybody felt they could find something. So whether it's your grandma or your 13-year-old daughter, I felt like everybody could leave with something that they loved. I think there's so much power in clothes. It just brings so many awesome emotions. So I wanted to be able to convey that. And that's where kind of Aria Rose was born. We decided that we wanted to make shopping really personal, and also a place where not only I could shop, but people like my mom could shop, and everyone could find something here. Like, when you shop here, the whole goal was to feel like you were shopping with a friend. So I think the impact that it has is that while it's clothing that when you put it on, you just feel happier, and you kind of forget about like anything bad going on when you go home with that new outfit and you show your friends and you show your family, your husbands, boyfriends, whatever. So yeah, it's really hard being the face of a brand, to be honest. It's not easy. I do everything from planning, creating, curating launches, planning all the social media content, which is my baby. The brick and mortar is kind of the second baby, whereas the online is the first, because when I foster and give love to my online and social media, then we see a turnaround of so many people coming into the store. It's high-low. I mean, it's a business, and I feel like there's so many highs and there's so many lows, and you just kind of have to pivot your business to grow with whatever's going on. Yeah, I think it's how businesses need to be, because you need the owner to be involved, because if she's the only one who can make changes and she's not involved, she's not going to know what changes